Assalamualaikum guys. We meet again in this week in theory class. So this week I will lecture you about the topic C, which is the application software. It is continuous from the last week. What I have been tell you is about the system software. So remember, software have two categories, which is system software and the application software. System software is just like is a middleman between us user and the computer hardware. Okay, for application software, it's more on help us to ease our work. Okay, that is the application software. So this is the all of the learning outcome what you get after you done this chapter. So you can read it in yourself. Okay, next. So this is outline what I will be lecture you today. So I will introduce about the application, categories of application. So we have the general purpose application, we have the specialized application, mobile app and the software suite. Okay, so later I will tell you more. Okay, so introduction, what does it mean about the application software? It says that the first point says that not long ago, trained specialists were required to perform many of the operation you can now do with a personal computer. So pada zaman dulu sebelum datang ni application yang macam sekarang kita guna tanpa kita belajar, kalau zaman dulu untuk menggunakan Microsoft Word, dia setiap syarikat kena lantik trained specialist. Okay, yang pakar tentang setiap application. Itu zaman dulu. Okay, itu yang dikatakan sini, not long ago. Trained specialist. So masa ni zaman dulu kerja banyak lah. Okay, kalau orang tu pakar buat words, okay, itu specialist dia. So dia akan train staff-staff dekat company tu. Okay, tapi zaman sekarang tak perlu dah nak train specialist ni. We are the competent end user. So we need to understand the capability of basic application software including word processor. When we talk about the word processor, what is the example of that application? The application that we usually use for the word processor is the Microsoft Word. Spreadsheet is sounds the very famous application. Presentation program, of course, last week I have been lecture you about the Microsoft PowerPoint in live class. And the last one is database management system. Database management system is the application to help the IT staff to do their database. Database means that kita nak create satu memori lah untuk penyimpanan semua data customer. Okay, dia ada juga macam Word juga. Okay. So next, definition of the application software. Remember, when we talk about the application, it's more focused on the end user software. What does it mean about the end user? End user is the user that use the computer. So that user, we call it as the end user. So why we need the application software? To accomplish a variety of tasks. Remember, when we talk about the application software, the purpose of the application software is to help us to ease our work. For example, if we want to do a poster, we need one application to help us to do the poster. If you are a student, you want to do your assignment, right? So the application that can help you to done that assignment, you should use what kind of application? You should use the word processor application. The famous, the example of the word processor that you usually use is the Microsoft Word. Remember, so differentiate between system software and application. System software is more focused on the activity inside the computer. For the application software is more focused on the end user, which is to help end user to do their work, their task. Okay, so we have three categories for the application software. We have the general purpose application, second is specialized application, and the third is mobile apps or mobile application. Okay, next, so user interface. Okay, as if you remember, when I lecture you about the system software, we also have the user interface, right? So user interface, usually we call it as the graphical user interface, or usually the computer people call it as the GUI. Okay, so you should remember it. Graphical user interface is consists of the icon, pointer, windows, okay, icon, this one. Okay, so this is all the graphical user interface. System software also provide the user interface, and application software juga provide you user interface. Sebab apa? GUI display a graphical element called icon to represent a familiar object. What does it mean? Icon, as you can see in here, this is the icon for the file. So dia ambil picture ni represent the familiar object lah dekat real world kita. Okay, so remember icon. So ribbon, I have been told you use it in lab class. So next is I want to explain you general purpose application. Okay, so general purpose application include word processor program, spreadsheet program, presentation graphic program, database management system, and browser. What we call all these application, we call it as the general purpose. Okay, general purpose means that everybody can use it. For example, Word. Okay, Word, spreadsheet, everybody can use it. Dia tak ada specialize dekat certain people. Okay, so semua boleh guna. Orang tu pernah belajar ke tak pernah, dia boleh guna. Itu masuk general purpose application. Okay, ataupun general yang maksudnya purpose dia adalah secara general. Okay, untuk buat processor semua orang nak buat dokumen. Itu yang pertama. Spreadsheet. Ada juga orang menggunakan spreadsheet, orang biasa ataupun company gunakan spreadsheet untuk tulis dia punya bajet, untuk buat pengiraan and so on. Presentation, I guess all of people use the presentation graphic program. For the database management system, maybe a certain people can use it. However, the normal people also can learn and use the database management system. Very easy. And the last one is browser. Of course, this is general purpose for all people. Why we use the browser to find the information, to browse information in internet. We need a browser. So when we talk about the word processor program, it's all about the quick text-based document. Okay, when we talk about the quick text-based document, it's for example of it is the memos, letter, and fax, newsletter, manual, and brochure. And also you can give the example assignment, student assignment. Okay, next word processing program. This is the example of the application that we use for the word processing. For example, in Microsoft Word, of course, this is the most popular among the people, among the end user. Okay, Microsoft Word. Apple Page is for the Apple user. Google Doc for the cloud application, Google Doc. Corel Word Perfect and Open Office Writer. This is all the example for the word processing for program. Okay, so rather than you can do the memo and so on, you also can create a flyer using the word processor program. Can, okay, boleh, dia boleh bentuk gambar semua. Okay, boleh gunakan word processor punya program. Okay, dia juga boleh buat report and so on. Ni semua dia punya feature-features yang ada dekat dalam word processor program. Okay, second is the spreadsheet program. When we talk about the spreadsheet program, it's all about we want to organize, analyze, and graph numeric data. When we using the Excel, we can easily calculate, we can easily create a graph based on numeric data that we have been input inside the Excel. We also can organize our information. The most widely used spreadsheet program is of course the Microsoft Excel. So it's very easy, right, when we use the Microsoft Excel. Okay, especially when we want to calculate, because in the Microsoft Excel it gives you the easiest way to do the calculation. Rather than the Microsoft Excel, Apple also provide their spreadsheet program, which we call it as the Apple numbers. Rather than that, we have the OpenOffice Calc, Corel Quattro Pro, and Google Sheets. Google Sheets is for the cloud application. Okay, this is the look. Okay, for the spreadsheet program. Okay, this one we call it as the worksheet. Text entry is this one. Function, we have the function for the sum. This is, we call it as the functions. One box, we call it as the cells, and we have the formula. This one is the formula. Okay, so rather than that, the spreadsheet program also can analyze your data. So this one, to it also can create us a graph to analyze the data. So in a graphic ways lah. Okay. So third is of course very famous application, presentation graphic program. So when we thought about the presentation graphic program, it's combined a variety of visual objects to create visually interesting presentation. So right now also I use the presentation graphic program. Example of the presentation program that I usually use and most people use is a Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, rather than that, the other example is we have the OpenOffice Impress, Apple Keynote, Google Slide for the card application, and the last one is we have the Corel presentation. Okay, and for your level, for my level, I usually use the Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, this is how we creating a presentation. So this one I have been teach you last week in, if I'm not mistaken, in the lab class. Okay, so I guess that you all more familiar with it. Okay. So next is database management system. We call this as the DBMS. What does it mean about DBMS? DBMS is a collection of related data, electronic equivalent of a file cabinet. So the DBMS ni dia punya application ni tugas dia untuk simpan data by data. Okay, dan ini kita gelar dia sebagai database. Okay, kalau dulu kita simpan semua file-file student, kita akan simpan dalam satu file. And now we just use the database management system. Teacher also can use this application because this is very easy to use, to learn. Okay, the most widely used system is we have the Microsoft Access. Okay, this is the Microsoft give to their end user to do the database management system. Next is OpenOffice Base, Apple FileMaker, and Google OB Base. Okay, this is all for the database management system. Okay, so this is how the DBMS looks like. Okay, they have a primary key, field record, table, and form. This is just like our Excel, but it's more powerful than Excel. Because of what? Because this one can save all the data about each system. For example, we have the system student registration. Okay, students should input their name, your IC, and so on, right? So all the what we call all the information that your student enter inside the system will be stored inside the database. So this is how the database looks like. Okay, so inilah dia tempat ataupun selalunya kita orang gelar dia sebagai gudang segala data. Okay, so fifth is the browser. Okay, a special internet software connecting you to remote computer. For example, open and transfer file, display text and image, provide an uncomplicated interface to the internet and web documents. So the example of the browser is the Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, and also the Google Chrome. And rather than this, we have the Safari and so on. Okay, kalau awak tak tahu browser ni, awak boleh lah memang awak, saya tak tahu lah awak tak pernah guna ke apa, tapi saya rasa semua familiar dengan browser. Selalunya kita menggunakan browser untuk cari segala data or information inside internet world. Okay, kita nak gali information semuanya menggunakan browser. Okay, so second, yang tadi pasal general semua boleh gunakan. Now the second category of application software is the specialized application. When we talk about the specialized, the program that more narrowly focus on specific discipline and occupation. Okay, maksudnya specialized ni orang tertentu saja boleh guna mengikut dia punya pekerjaan. Contoh, kita ada graphic program, video game design software, web authoring program, artificial intelligence, virtual reality and other specialist application. So for example, first we have the graphic program. So widely used in graphic art. For this one type of graphic program are desktop publishing program, image editing program, illustration program, image gallery. Ini selalunya orang-orang yang kerja dalam art lah, untuk buat interior design. Okay, semuanya under graphic program. Maksudnya orang yang dekat occupation tu je yang akan guna specialized application di graphic program ni. Okay, so next is desktop publishing program. Desktop publish program, also known as the page layout program. Mix text graphic to create brochures, newsletter, newspaper and textbook. So this one. Okay, untuk buat surat khabar ke brochure yang print tu, so dia kena ada desktop publishing program. Dan selalunya untuk desktop publishing program, the famous popular program 3 ni, Adobe InDesign, Microsoft Publisher dengan Quote Express. Dan selalunya Microsoft Publisher kita akan guna dia untuk buat brochure. Okay, so desktop publishing program ni untuk buat design untuk surat khabar, textbook, semua berada di dalam application ni. Okay, dan selalu yang menggunakan graphic program, desktop publishing program ni adalah orang yang kerja dekat newspaper punya company, yang kedai buku, bukan kedai buku lah, publisher buku tu. Okay, dia gunakan desktop publishing ni. Okay, so next is we have the image editor, also known as photo editor. When we talk about the image editor, the purpose is for editing or modifying digital photograph. Photograph consists of thousands of pixels that form image known as bitmaps. So nampak ni yang bergerigi ni, ini kita gelar dia sebagai pixel ataupun nama lain dia bitmap. Okay, popular image editor is Adobe Photoshop. So siapa yang selalu gunakan program ni? Confirm lah photographer. So photographer dia tangkap gambar and then dia akan masukkan gambar tu dekat Adobe Photoshop to make the picture more nice, more bombastic and so on. So itu kerja photographer. So selalunya diorang akan gunakan Adobe Photoshop. Kadang-kadang dia nak smoothkan lagi muka model tu nampak lagi macam wow kan. Semua itu adalah Adobe Photoshop. Adobe Photoshop ni you nak buat jerawat ke, you nak licinkan muka awak, semua boleh dibuat menggunakan Adobe Photoshop. Okay, rather than Adobe Photoshop, we have the Photoshop Pro, GNU manipulation program, and the last one is the Windows Live Photo Gallery. Okay, untuk Windows Live Photo Gallery ni, ini adalah orang biasa boleh guna lah. Okay, kalau orang-orang yang memang kata pekerjaan dia fotografer semua tu, diorang selalunya akan gunakan Adobe Photoshop. Okay, next is illustration program. Illustration program is drawing program, create and edit vector image, vector illustration. When we talk about illustration, it's more on the geometric shape or object, create by connecting line and curve defined by mathematical equation. Illustration dia lebih kepada shape lah, geometric shape. Untuk nampak, untuk illustrate kan picture ni macam real life, itu illustration. Popular illustration program is Adobe Illustrator dan selalunya orang gunakan illustration program ni untuk buat kartun. Okay, untuk create kartun yang bukan 3D, 4D lah, yang biasa-biasa je lah. Okay, Adobe Illustrator. So video editor, okay, kalau awak kan ada group project untuk buat video editor kan. So Video editor edit video to enhance quality and appearance. Can now use your smartphone to edit the video. Smartphone pun boleh edit video awak. You tangkap-tangkap, you capture setiap scene, and then you akan gabungkan edit ataupun crop all the video that you didn't want inside your video, and then you compilekan benda tu menjadi satu video yang smooth. Maksudnya setiap scene awak tu sebenarnya you tangkap satu scene, lepas tu you cut, tangkap lagi satu scene cut, and then you should use the video editor, which is well-known program Windows Live Movie Maker or Apple iMovie or YouTube Video Editor to combine all the scene become one video. Okay, itu kerja video editor. And next is video game design software. So untuk buat game pun dia ada dia punya special application dia. Video game design software help organize start, guide user through game design process, character development, environmental design. So free inexpensive video game design software is Yoyo Game Maker, Stencil and Unity. Kalau rasa you ada idea organize the stock, you ada idea nak buat program video game, so awak bolehlah gunakan. So awak boleh gunakan video game design software yang kat bawah ni. Kalau you rasa you nak belajar tentang video game design, memang best. Saya pernah buat sekali, tapi game saya sebab saya tak kreatif, sebab tu saya tak ambil bidang ni. Saya tak ambil bidang video game design software sebab saya tak kreatif. Okay, you pun tengok saya design poster macam mana kan. Itu tahap tak kreatifnya saya, okay. Sebab tu kalau you kreatif, you ada you punya idea, you boleh belajar sendiri. Sebab coding dia tak adalah susah sangat, boleh lah. Okay, so next is web authoring program. Web authoring program is the program that we use to create a website. Okay, for example, where we can create a blog, kita boleh buat website yang you nampak dekat browser semua tu kan. Semua tu menggunakan web authoring program. Okay, so dalam blog, siapa dulu suka blogspot tu, dia tahulah HTML semua. Siapa pernah guna blog lah. Web authoring program typically used to create commercial site, web page editor or HTML editor. WYSIWYG. This is a very code when we talk about the web authoring program. WYSIWYG means that what you see is what you get. Okay, for example, you tengok browser tu, what you see, what you get. Means that bila you nak search something, you nampak benda tu, itu yang awak dapat. Okay, kalau you nampak web awak tu warna purple, itulah awak dapat. Tu maksud dia. Okay, most widely used program is Adobe Dreamweaver and Microsoft Expression Web. Yang ini memang kerja saya. Okay, masa zaman saya kerja dulu, okay, saya selalu buat web authoring program. Saya create saya punya website sendiri. Ini memang saya love terus. Tapi saya more kepada belakang takbir lah, coding web dia menggunakan HTML editor. Okay. Dan selalunya saya design saya punya web, saya selalu menggunakan Adobe Dreamweaver. Senang. Okay, kalau you try, memang best buat benda ni. Okay, next is AI, Artificial Intelligence. AI is a field of computer science that attempt to develop computer system that can mimic or simulate human thought, process and action. Okay, in the future, robot with sophisticated artificial intelligence will handle everyday chores and you will program this robot using conversational English instruction. AI ni adalah apa orang kata, macam robot semua tu kan. Robot bergerak semua. Semua itu adalah artificial intelligence punya program punya kerja. Okay, kita codekan benda tu dekat dalam program artificial intelligence. So robot tu boleh tolong kita. Okay, semua tu adalah under instruction. When we talk about instruction, it's all about the coding. Okay, next is virtual reality VR. Virtual reality VR is an artificial or simulated reality created in 3D by computer. VR ni, kita ada special application untuk kita buat semua design dekat dalam tu. Tapi kita memerlukan gear dia. You tahu tak? Yang ni kita kenal dia sebagai head gear. Okay, head gear ni bila you pakai, you akan nampak macam you seolah-olah berada dekat situ. Okay, siapa pernah tonton orang kata, siapa pernah tengok TV, You pernah nampak tak iklan tahun baru Cina? Tak salah saya yang baru ni lah. Okay, so bila dia pakai the headgear tu, dia boleh merasakan seolah-olah dia dah balik kampung. Mak dia hantar mesej, dia pakai headgear tu, dia boleh nampak semua what happened bila perayaan dia sampai. So itu juga kita boleh suggestkan kepada siapa-siapa yang tak dapat balik raya tahun ni, raya seorang-seorang. So kita boleh klikkan satu program VR untuk diorang merasai raya di kampung. Kalau you tahu sekarang kita berada di PKP, kita tak boleh balik kampung. Okay, so kita perlukan VR untuk diorang tidak rasa kesunyian seperti iklan itu. Itu semua kerja VR. Okay, VR ni saya pernah guna dia untuk saya tengok rumah hantu. Wow. Okay, orang tu sebab dia macam video biasa tau. Dia kena connectkan daripada telefon masuk ke gear tu, head gear tu. Lepas tu dia play the video tu. Bila kita tengok video tu dekat handphone, it just biasa. Tapi bila kita tengok video tu dekat VR headgear tu, you boleh rasa seolah-olah you memang berada dekat rumah hantu tu. Hantu tu terkeluar, berdarah, mata dia merah. Okay, boleh real. Selain itu, selalunya VR ni saya juga pernah main roller coaster. Kalau you gunakan, you buka headgear, you tengok pasal roller coaster, you nampak benda tu bergerak. Sebiji guys, sebiji macam mana awak boleh merasainya, realitinya bila awak naik roller coaster. Memang the best kalau awak pernah try virtual reality. So you should try this one, very best. Okay, so other specialized application, accounting, personal finance, project management application, maybe this one for the budak BA. Maybe awak guna kot project management application untuk buat gancat semua kan. Ini. Okay, specialized application. Dan selalunya student akan belajar semua pasal specialized application mengikut dia punya course. Okay. So third is of course mobile apps. Kalau awak tak tahu mobile apps ni, peliklah, buanglah you punya handphone tu dekat laut merah, laut dalam, semua buanglah. Okay, kalau you tak tahu mobile apps. Mobile apps or we call it as the mobile application is the add-on program for variety of mobile devices. Usually we use the mobile app in smartphone or tablets. Apps, brief and scope are ever expanding 500,000 just for iPhone. Banyak gila apps yang berada dekat Google Play. Siapa yang guna Google Play lah. Kalau guna iPhone, saya tak tahu sebab saya memang bukan pengguna iPhone. Okay, most widely used application, ini dia punya kategori lah. Dan ini semua adalah example dia. Kalau dalam soalan nanti, okay, kalau dia kata give most widely used application for the mobile apps, tolong letak kategori-kategori. Kalau kata give an example, baru letak example yang ada. Kalau dia kata give 3 most widely used application, kalau you pergi jawab example salah. Okay, you kena jawab kategori-kategori yang ada untuk mobile apps. So kategori-kategori yang ada adalah music, video, social networking, shopping, games, e-book reader and others. Okay, dan very famous yang kita selalu guna adalah of course music, Spotify. Apa lagi? Kita ada Pandora. Kalau untuk iPhone, iTunes, right? Itu semua under music. Video, we have the YouTube, Netflix yang very famous sekarang sejak PKP, Netflix. Okay, social networking, we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and so on. Shopping, okay, yang very famous lagi sejak PKP adalah Lazada, Carousel, and we have the Shopee and so on. Games, ini contoh-contoh games lah. You bagilah contoh games yang awak pernah main dalam mobile apps awak. E-book reader, Kindle, Scribbly, Alvin, note-taking software, news and magazine. Ini contoh-contoh mobile apps. Kan contoh lah kategori of mobile application. So this one is the App Store. App Store ni adalah gudang segala mobile apps. Okay, dia provide access to mobile app for download. Kalau Apple, Selalunya Apple dia akan guna Apple App Store. Kalau pengguna tegak Android dia akan guna Google Play. Kalau lagi satu example of App Store is App Zone, di mana Android and Apple device boleh download apa-apa mobile apps dekat dalam tu. So next is integrated package vs suite package. Perbezaan dia. So integrated means that a single program that provide the functionality of the several application package. Integrated package are not very common anymore due to the cheaper and readily available Office suite. Discontinue Microsoft Word and Apple Word. Apa maksud integrated ni? Integrated ni, okay, ni contoh dia. Microsoft Word sekarang dah tak ada lah. Okay, bila dia buka je Microsoft Word ni, dia bagi awak function-function yang ada dekat dalam satu Microsoft Word ni. Maksudnya dia adalah single program yang diintegratedkan bersama another function-functionnya. Okay, contoh dia ada word processor, works, work spreadsheet, works database. Dia macam satu page, dalam page ni you ada function-function dia. Okay, ini integrated single program. So kalau kita sebut suite package, maksud dia a collection of individual application packages sold together. The example is the very famous right now Microsoft Office. Maksudnya individual. Dia jual dalam satu suite. Ini maksud suite package. Kalau integrated, dia hanya single program, ada banyak function. Okay, tapi yang ini dia ada individual application. Each individual application dia ada dia punya function dia sendiri. Okay, ini kita gelar dia sebagai suite package, a collection of individual application. This one is just a single program. Maksudnya ni macam ni lah, single program. Okay, dalam dia ada banyak function. Tapi untuk suite dia ada banyak single program, dia jual dalam bundle. Maksudnya dia jual dalam satu bundle ni. So sebab tu kita panggil suite package. Okay, ni dia punya ni lah integrated package punya karakteristik. Ni contoh-contoh dia. Ni boleh baca sendiri. Okay, software suite ni semua dah pernah ni lah. Ini harga dia lagi murah daripada software suite. Ni dia kata collection of separate application program bundle together sold as group. Microsoft Office. Dalam Microsoft Office dia ada individual program. Okay, words and so on. Okay, ni you boleh baca nanti. Okay, suite continue. Specialized suite pun ada juga. Utility suite adalah Notus System Word, Notus Internet Security suite. Bila kita sebut dia sebagai utility, maksudnya dia buat maintenance. Okay, sharing data between application. Sharing data between file create with different application is often convenient. How? Okay, kita ada dua, copy and paste and object linking and embedding. Boleh. We call it as the dynamic. Copy and paste maksudnya the item to be shared is simply copy from its file and then paste into the file. So kita pastekan benda tu secara static. Copy and paste. This create a static copy since changes to one file will not affect the other file. Contoh you just copy this one. Copy kepada file lain-lain. Lepas tu file yang you copy tadi ada perubahan sikit. So dia takkan effect other part. Itu kita gelar dia sebagai static. Apa yang you copy itu yang you paste dekat other part. However, for the object linking and embedding, we call it as dynamic. Apa maksud dia? It's a feature to dynamically share and exchange data between file. When we talk about the object linking and so on, kita selalu gelarkan dia sebagai hyperlink. Hyperlink tu kan, kita klik link tu dia akan pergi ke file yang lain. Ni maksudnya. With object linking, a copy of an object from a source file is inserted into destination file. A link between the two files is made. If a change occur in the source file, the destination file will be updated. Ni maksud dia. You buat link dekat, contoh you ada dua ni lah, macam yang kita buat Microsoft PowerPoint. Lepas tu saya hyperlinkkan dia pergi ke orang kata file yang lain. Okay. Masuk dinamik maksudnya, kalau file yang you link tu ada perubahan, dia juga akan efek dekat file yang awak letak hyperlink. Okay, sebab apa? Hyperlink ni akan pergi ke file yang lain. Itu maksud dia sebagai dinamik. Dia berubah, dia bukan static. Okay, itu maksud dia.
Okay guys, so dah habis untuk minggu ini untuk chapter 6 application software. So I hope that you can understand all the information that I teach you today. So if you have problem, you can ask me in Telegram. And guys, don't forget to click your attended at your future. And that's all for today. Assalamualaikum.